Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Renee your myself. Guys, the Bible said in the book of Proverbs 16:7, when a man's way pleases God, it will even make his enemy to be at peace with him. On the other hand, when your way as a man does not please God, it will even make your favorites and your brethren to be at war with you. Now, I be what they happen to APC and PDP now. Now what did happen to APC and PDP now? In this video, when I go show you very soon. Not be small thing, not be small fight. The book of Psalm 55 verse 9 says, confuse my enemies, Lord. Upset their plans. Cruelties and violence are all sin in the city. That's the book of Psalm 55 verse 9. This is now exactly what is happening to P2B. His enemies are now totally confused. God don't confuse them. And set Obohara confusion inside their camp. Inside their camp. He have set Obohara. That's where the Bible says, upset their plan. Upset it. He have upturned. That is everything when they don't plan. You know, they go back to them, back to sender. APC, PDP, back to sender. On a one for straight people to be obedient. What is happening to you now? Well, I know too much. For those who do not understand what I'm trying to say, let's begin to watch video. Watch.
So, just last November, it was the PDP calling for the arrest of the APC presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on allegations that he is a drug dealer.
Jesus.
Well, today, it's the turn of the APC, invoking the so-called nuclear option. In an explosive move, it's calling for the immediate apprehension of the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, based on what it says is evidence against him of money laundering, misappropriation of funds, breach of the code of conduct, and criminal breach of trust when he was Nigeria's vice president. Speaking at a news conference on Monday, hardliners from the APC's Presidential Campaign Council gave a 72-hour ultimatum to the EFCC, the ICPC, and the Code of Conduct Bureau to arrest Mr. Abubakar.
Jesus.
Both ocular and it is the Atiku gate that has dropped in the last fortnight and has been running. Somebody somewhere, just like all of you, we all woke up and started seeing the confessions, visual, literary, and all audio. Every channel of communication has been employed by this whistleblower.
Oh.
And weighty allegations have been made.
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who happens to be the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, during his tenure as Vice President of Nigeria between 1999 and 2007, colluded with his then boss, President Olusegun Obasanjo, to fleece the country and steal public funds using what he termed the Special Purpose Vehicle, SPVs. Those SPVs were companies Atiku admittedly registered upon assumption of office as Vice President with the approval of President Olusegun Obasanjo using trusted allies. Let us play to you the voice recording of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Give me 3 people you trust.
Oh.
Yes, sir. And I will prepare 3 companies.
From that audio tape alone, it is clear that Atiku Abubakar is a criminal.
Jesus.
A criminal that should not only be arrested, he should also be jailed.
So, how absolutely serious is this move by the APC, which appears to be creating another major point of tension in this campaign between two very feisty political opponents and their supporters? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the political rights activist, self-styled fighter against human wrongs, Mahdi Shehu, who is a supporter of Atiku Abubakar. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Charles,
for coming in. I mean, you heard some of that there, and you had a smile on your face. I wonder what your reaction is to those allegations against Atiku Abubakar by the APC.
Well, I think the take-off point is just look at the personalities in the press conference.
It's all right.
Number one is Fani Kayode. I remember what Obasanjo said, that whenever you hear Fani Kaede abusing and raising his voice, he said, give him some food, he is hungry. At another time, he said, anytime Gani Kaede is empty in the pocket, he needs some refill to calm him down. Another person like myself will say, in the way and manner Gani Kaede spoke yesterday, it suggests that he either need to go back to rehab immediately, which he is very used to,
Jesus,
or he needs some sedatives and tranquilizers to calm him down. But I think he is not speaking as a normal person, somebody who has a subsisting criminal case
Jesus.
at the EFCC right now is calling somebody a criminal. That person, he is not before any court of law. That's number one. Number two, you take Bayo Ananoga, the spokesperson. It's sad that years after the news is not there, PM is not there. Rather than wasting his time here calling people names, he should go and settle the wages. Outstanding wages. For the last 7 years, he has not paid his staff. Some of them have died. Some have had some angina pectoris and they have some paralysis. He had that burden on him to take off before he attacks another party. I am disappointed in Barrister Keyamo, the senior advocate, when he was saying arrest, charge, take to jail. I feel so disappointed. As a lawyer, he should know that we have a justice system. We have a legal system. No matter how aggrieved he is, there is a process. If he is so aggrieved, as a lawyer, he should go and read Atiku's legal history, a book of 348 pages. Atiku respects the law. He believes in courts. He went to court 9 times against Obasanjo and he won 9 times.
Only him.
If he feels Atiku has gone against any of the legal provisions in Nigeria, all he requires as a lawyer is, if he is not patient enough for the prosecutory agencies to charge Atiku to court, he can exercise his right under the current AGJIA, Administration of Criminal Justice System in Nigeria, especially 2015 as admitted. It gives him ample opportunity to go and exercise a right to private prosecution. If he has not yet read that AGJIA, he is very conversant with the Chief Gani Fawahimi versus Akilu Togun and 2 others, where the Supreme Court gave Fawahimi the right to private prosecution. But,
I don't think that's
it is cheap for a lawyer to say, go and arrest. Make your papers available. Assemble them. Present them as your evidences, and then set up for prosecution. Otherwise, you come to arise 1 billion times, you go to any other media 1 billion times. Security agencies are not stupid. They have a process, they have a procedure.
Yes, well, the APC is accusing Atiku Abubakar of money laundering, misappropriation of funds, breach of the Code of Conduct Act, conspiracy and criminal breach of trust. These are pretty serious, but at this stage, it is your sense that they're just allegations.
He who asserts must prove.
Yeah, of course.
They are making empty assertions. We are saying that money laundering, go to court. Breach of trust,
well, that's why
go to court.
That's why they're giving an ultimatum.
Which ultimatum?
They're saying,
when you are
if you don't arrest him in 72 hours, we will take action.
Within 3 days.
And presumably they've presented the evidence to the authorities.
Days, evidences could be presented. But it is after they are evaluated.
On I see video, listen, most of the people, most of these Nigerian criminal politicians, most of them are so much acquainted with the law, very intelligent with the law. This man when they talk now, whether now they call your name, so I don't even want to call your name. Now be the guy when I see for court one certain time, one carry crutches. They carry crutches, they work. You know what I'm saying? That they monitor with camera. He reach inside hotel room, he come out crutches. They do aja, but the car and go court, he faint. He carry crutches, so your body they pay now. This one too, now very bad guy. You get mine, go they talk for national TV. I still see if FFK, like as this man said, it's true, FFK have no any reputable right to come and say who is that Atiku is a criminal or not a criminal, because you yourself, your case today, they never even the judge will they wait for you. Time is coming. Whether that family carry that they call him, Baba, you don't get any moral right to tell us anybody when they go prosecute for Nigeria or anybody who is a criminal in Nigeria. No, you don't get the moral right. I don't want to talk too much. Before we continue to analyze, let's listen to the defense of Dino Melaye. Watch video.
Right, you heard the APC and their campaign council spokespersons on this matter. So let's hear from the PDP. Tonight we'll be speaking with the spokesperson of the Atiku Okowa Presidential Campaign Council, Senator Dino Melaye. He joins us from Lagos. Thank you so much, Senator, for joining us tonight. Officially, how does your campaign council react to the position of the APC? First, they've asked your candidate to withdraw from this race based on the allegations made from Mr. Michael Achimogo.
Anyway, good evening, Nigerians. First, I want to start by saying that it's a very laughable press conference.
It's laughable. You are not serious.
The desperation of the APC. These have shown that their satanic manifestation. These have shown that they've all accepted Atiku is the leading presidential candidate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
You are dreaming.
They have no other credible means of campaigning or trying to fight the PDP than to orchestrate lies from the pit of hell. Even from what Festus Keyamo just said, he said they have evidence that letters of appointment from Atiku Abubakar, that is fallacious, that is malicious, and that is a lie from the pit of hell. The letter the so-called Mike paraded are letters from two support groups. One from TCOM, one from Atiku support group, where Atiku have no control of those support groups. And we are saying that if you are an aide, you claim to be a media aide of Atiku Abubakar, you will have a letter of appointment from Atiku Abubakar. I am the spokesperson of Atiku Abubakar. I got a letter signed by Atiku Abubakar appointing me as the spokesperson. I'm the director of Public Affairs of the Presidential Campaign Organization of the PDP. I have a letter signed by the Director General of the Campaign Council. So where is a letter appointing him as an aide? And it is so shameless that Festus and the other jesters will come on TV and then begin to say that there was an evidence of a letter appointing him as an aide. But let's not even go into that. It is very, very funny that tissues of lies were put together. Atiku Abubakar is one of the most investigated Nigerians. Today, this is the first time in the Federal Republic of Nigeria that I will see blatantly, koro, eyeball to eyeball, that an armed robber will be accusing an innocent citizen. I mean, a man who has criminal tendencies, a man who is a convicted criminal by the virtue of money that was confiscated over 340 million naira was confiscated in Tinubu's account as a drug lord in America. And not only a drug lord, is even a suspected addict of same drug.
Jesus.
A man who faced code of conduct for criminal activities. A man who has over a dozen of petitions waiting for him in the FCC and ICPC will accuse a man that has never been invited by either code of conduct, ICPC or EFCC, a man that has been investigated and never been indicted by any court of law, or he has never even been prosecuted by any court of law in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So these distractions are not important to us. Instead of them to talk on how they will help Nigerians to vote PDP, to ameliorate and palliate the satanic manifestations of APC, to correct the issues of insecurity. They are trying to cover up for the maladministration of APC in 8 years by raising unnecessary lies and issues that are completely baseless. So honestly, we have no reaction to tissues of lies. We have no reactions to comedy. We have no reactions to so-called jesters putting themselves together and eroding the lies of one individual who is a known blackmailer all over this country. I mean, okay.
So let's take these issues quickly, Senator, because the purpose of this program is that we need to speak to those who are seeking power And it's popular saying that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. So, there needs to be some clarity and some putting answers to some questions that have been raised. So I'd like to ask some very quick questions so that we can get to our destination.
Action.
Which is, if anything of this is true, your candidate or your campaign council might be able to clarify them. First and foremost, and I asked this question to your colleague who was on the program yesterday, Michael Achimogo. Is he a known person to Mr. Atiku Abubakar?
I just answered in my initial response, Seun, and I told you that Festus Keyamo corroborated the lie of Mike, and that has given us the foundation of where Mike started from. Mike is being sponsored by APC. Mike is being sponsored by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is why they are doing a follow-up to a project they started in Mike. Mike is not a media aid of Atiku Abubakar. The letters he brought online and he produced, and which shamelessly, myopically, Festus is referring to, are letters from support groups. I can decide in this room to say myself and 3 other people are setting up a support group, understand, to support Atiku Abubakar. That does not have the mandate of Atiku Abubakar. It is not part of our presidential campaign council, and those letters were written by people that have no any close official administrative tie with Atiku Abubakar. And surprisingly, only in Nigeria will people be reacting to this type of frivolous, unfounded stories. I am telling you as an individual that it was never an aid. Media aids make releases on behalf of Atiku of their principals. I am talking on behalf of Atiku Abubakar because I have the mandate to do so. Let him show us where is his mandate, where is his letter to speak for Atiku Abubakar at any time. But a man who is a blackmailer, and in this era of technology where the head of Tinubu can be removed from the picture and you put the head of Shetima, that is in a time like this where there is voiceover.
All right,
where
Senator,
you can use
Senator.
the voice.
So let's get it clear now.
Dino, you are telling lies. Lies.
Let's get it clear, Senator. So what your principal is saying tonight to Nigerians is that he doesn't have any relationship whatsoever, ever, with Mike Achimogu, and he doesn't know him at all. Is that the statement coming from your principal tonight?
Let me tell you this. Atiku Abubakar is not only the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he is the most popular Nigerian today on earth. And people meet him on the street on daily basis. We traveled on the street of London. People were stopping him to take pictures with him. So if you see Atiku Abubakar and take a picture with him, or you interacted with him for minutes, then you go out and say you are his close aides, that is not acceptable. What I am saying in essence, as an investigative...
Senator, so what
can you allow me to just land, please? That what I'm saying in essence is as an investigative journalist, go and carry out due diligence. Every statement made by that boy, sponsored by the APC, to create unnecessary distractions. They know Festus Keyamo said he has gone to court, he has written petitions in his name. They are the ones orchestrating this thing. A man who needs to resign is the man who is not healthy, is a man, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have said to you, for you to be the president of this country, you must be physically and mentally fit. Tinubu is not physically fit, he's not mentally fit, and he has been indicted of a criminal activity in America where over $460,000 have been confiscated from his account. We have evidence of his criminality. We have evidence of his indictment. What is he still doing around saying that he wants to be president? Instead of them to apologize to Nigerians and the man withdraw, you are talking of an innocent Nigerian that is coming to salvage us from the wars and the troubles that APC have taken us through.
Senator, so what I want to establish, and it's taking a long time for us to establish, is whether or not I know somebody, I have a relationship, an acquaintance and friends, family members, relatives. Those are distinct relationships. And so, and I'm trying to get it clear so that Nigerians have an understanding of what the issues are, is that is your candidate saying, and I'd like you to quickly just say this so that we can move on to some other issues. Is your candidate saying that he has never had any relationship whatsoever with Michael Achimogwu?
That is what I am telling you now. That my candidates have no personal or administrative relationship with Michael Achimogwu. And it is not an aid of...
Since you said that, let's move on now.
It is not an aid of Atiku Abubakar. These are all orchestrations of the APC.
So that's the question I'd like you to answer, so it takes us to the next point. Have you listened or watched the tapes that were released by Michael Achimogwu online? Precisely the one involving allegedly the voice of the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, in a telephone conversation where Michael Achimogwu said he was trying to establish and extract a direction from the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, on how to respond to those who allege that the former vice president is corrupt, and was asking in respect of a certain organization, a certain company, which in that tape was the tape said it was a special purpose vehicles. This voice that is allegedly to be Atiku Abubakar. Have you listened to that tape? And can you tell us whether or not that is Atiku Abubakar's voice?
That recording and manipulation must have been done either in Bodilon or in the studio of TVC.
Oh.
Technology.
So that is not Atiku Abubakar's voice.
Technology these days, let me tell you, there's something called voice over technology. I can plant your voice, I can manipulate your voice, I can coordinate your voice, and I'm telling you that everything that has been orchestrated, that have been presented by Michael Achimogwu are fallacies, lies, malicious lies from the pit of hell. And I'm telling you that Nigerians should not be distracted, and Chinese television should not be distracted. Shehu Okinbaloye should not be distracted by the issue of lies. You should confront the APC with their massive failure in Nigeria, in Lagos. They should confront them with the issues of insecurity, with the issues of hunger, with the issues of kidnapping, with the issues of disunity that they have brought upon Nigeria. This is a strategy to just distract the general public from the issues that are on ground and from diverting the attention of the electorate from the upcoming election. And we should not be distracted about that. Atiku is not going to respond to these issues of lies. Atiku is busy selling his agenda to Nigerians. He's busy communicating with the electorate. He's busy telling them, I will take you out of the land of Egypt to the promised land of Canaan. He's trying to tell Nigerians that by the grace of God, the issues of power will be solved. The issues of insecurity will be solved. Housing and unemployment will be solved. That I will bring peace back to this land. That is what Atiku is selling to the public. And that is what we want to be concerned about. That is what we want to speak about. Not distractions that are manipulated by the APC to create...
You are insulting Channel TV and Shehu and Nigerians.
Senator, I can assure you, take this from me. You've known me for a while now. Channels does not look like an organization that is distracted. I don't look like one that is distracted. We are focused. We know our jobs, and we will do it. And now, you were here when we interrogated when the issues of the candidate of the APC came up. We confronted the issues, and we took it up. Now, this concerns the integrity and the capacity of your candidate, and we're asking the questions.
Thank you, Shehu, for correcting him. for putting him in his place, make you understand. Now, Dino, you don't talk many lies for this video. You've said many lies you don't know. I will prove it to you. There's one of your colleague spokesperson as well. Whether not a spokesperson, I be they work with PDP. The one I first show in video here. Make I play to you where he talks. Say this guy in question, whether they call Michael Achimogwu or something, that he worked for Atiku Abubakar. Now your colleague now, all of them they support the PDP. He just be like spokesperson every time they propose Atiku. No problem. Let me prove to you that you are telling lies, Dino Melaye. That man have said that this man actually worked with Atiku Abubakar. Now you are telling us that Atiku no know him. Atiku doesn't know. He never worked for Atiku at all. Now, he said he worked with Atiku as an assistant. As an assistant. What are you telling me? If you think I'm joking, let's listen to him. Watch the video.
Well, let's approach this systematically.
Yes.
Did the whistleblower, Michael Achimugu, actually work as an aide to Atiku?
He did.
He did.
In what capacity?
In the capacity of an assistant. And several other assistants present. So many other assistants.
Okay, because it's coming across as confusing. Because when I heard the spokesman of the
Dino.
Atiku campaign
Dino.
earlier, I think it was last night, speaking about this, he said that Mr. Achimugu did not actually work with, that he wanted people to bring proof of a letter of appointment, that this guy was part of a support group, that he never actually worked with Atiku. But you're saying that Mr. Achimugu actually worked with Mr. Atiku?
When I hear them, do you see how PDP, how they are conflicting themselves? Do you see how they are deceiving and confusing themselves? Well, I have read Bible from the beginning of this video. I said God must cause confusion in the camp of the enemies. This is what is happening between APC and PDP. Guys, I don't want to talk too much on this video. Let's keep waiting for what will come very soon. If you love what I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, even on TikTok. All I'm political. I love you guys. Peace out.